Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Hope really good. So, welcome back to my channel, Priyanka's Education Videos, and today's topic is going to be about bacteria. So, in this video, I have included the introductory points about bacteria, types, and some basic structure of bacteria. Okay, so let's get started. Coming to the introduction, so as we all know, and if you go back to my previous videos, by this time you might have come to know that bacteria are the most primitive organisms to appear on the earth, and they are also considered as the first organisms found, and they are present almost everywhere, present in each and every habitat, that is, every inch of our life is consisting of bacteria, and that is why they are able to greatly influence our life. That is, they are present omnipresent. They are called as omnipresent. So, as they are omnipresent, it is very obvious that they'll be having a huge effect on our life in both the ways, that is useful and harmful. Coming to the useful effects of bacteria, sorry, before that, these are single celled organisms and they are microscopic in nature, measuring about zero point 0.5 to 5 micrometer in diameter, and they have got both, they are useful and as well as they are harmful. So coming to the harmful effects, they are uh, they are the reasons for variety of diseases, bacterial infection like syphilis, typhoid, cholera, and so on. And coming to the useful effects, they have been playing a very huge role when it comes to industry and also when it comes to the medicinal field. So if you want a clear explanation about all these points, I have explained about all these things, in what way they are useful when it comes to industry and also to the medical field in my previous videos. So I shall refer the link, or I shall give you the link in the description box, through which you can go to my video in which I have explained very clearly how these microorganisms are influencing our lives. Okay, so now presently the present research is on how the gut microbiome is helping in the human, how exactly it is able to help the human health. You might have known that our intestine also is consisting of millions of bacterial cells that are helping us in many ways. So they help in digestion, and also they give us protection. They are the barriers, they are acting as the barriers, or they are playing a great role in providing immunity towards various other kind of bacterial infection that can cause harm to the human health. So our gut microbiota is helping us greatly. Our own microbiota is helping us greatly in various ways. So a lot of research is taking place in this particular area. Now coming to the types, so bacteria is classified in variety of ways. So there are different types of bacteria, but one of the basic way, that means, now suppose if you are isolating a bacterial culture about which you don't know, it can be from a variety of source, it can be from the hospital, it can be from the soil, or it can be from uh, a particular source. Now if you are asked, please identify the isolated culture, then the very first step is you will prepare a sample, and you will try to identify the very first, the basic step is to find out the shape of the bacterium. So that is why it is being mentioned as here, the one of the basic way of classification of bacteria depends upon the bacterial shape. So later on, after identifying the shape, then you can later on use other methodologies by which you confirm the genus or the species of the isolated bacteria, to which group or to which genus they belong to. So it basically depends upon the shape. So based on which the bacteria are like they belong to, I mean, they can be of spherical, in which the bacteria are circular or ball like in structure. They are circular. When you observe the isolated culture under the microscope, then if the bacteria appear circular or ball like in shape, they are called as cocci. Okay, example, staphylococcus and streptococcus species. Now rod shaped, these are known as bacilli. If they appear rod shaped, then they belong to bacilli, and if the rod is curved like a comma, then it is called as vibrio. Example, bacillus species and vibrio cholera. Spiral, these are known as spirilla. If the coil is very tight, they are named as spirochetes. And example, spirillum species and campylobacter species. Coming to the structure of bacteria, so once again here I want to mention that bacteria are unicellular, that is single celled organisms, and they are basically prokaryotic cells. That means they do not contain any membrane bound organelles. The structure is very primitive in nature, and they does not there is no complexity in their organization. They hold a very simple and basic structure. So they are unicellular and prokaryotic in nature. So they are devoid of membrane bound organelles. Now, the bacterial cell structure includes, now these are all the, in the coming slides I have explained about what are all the uh, structure that makes a bacterial cell. Now, the first is capsule. You can clearly understand when I show you the image of a bacterial cell, how exactly it looks like. Okay. Before that, let me explain about each and every part. Now, the first is the capsule. You can consider this as the outermost layer. As you all know, the outermost layer generally protects us from various kind of the harshness of the environment, or from other invading bacterial cell, or from the human immunity, so on. So the capsule is the tough layer which is the outermost part of the bacteria, and it gives the toughness and the protection to the bacterial cell, and it is the layer present outside the cell wall, and it is generally present in few bacteria. Not all bacteria consist of this particular structure. Now next is cell wall. So beneath the lying within the capsule is present cell wall. Cell wall is also giving protection, and it is the outermost part of the bacterial cell, and it is called as cell wall. The cell wall gives a bacterial cell a particular shape, as we have mentioned in the other in the previous slides. What defines the bacterial shape is nothing but a cell wall. It is made up of a polymer, and now this is very important point. It is made up of a polymer, peptidoglycan. Next is plasma membrane. Lying within the cell wall is plasma membrane, which is a semi permeable membrane. which generates energy and also transport chemicals. Now, cytoplasm, the living material or the living matter present within the plasma membrane, is nothing but cytoplasm, which includes the genetic material and also ribosomes, and uh, it is a gelatinous substance. Now, genetic material, coming to the genetic material, DNA is the genetic material of bacteria, and it contains all the genetic information that regulates the cellular activities. Ribosomes, these are the sites of protein synthesis, and they are made up of RNA. Flagellum is the locomotory organ that allows the bacteria to move, and there can be one or more than one flagella. Pili, these are the hair-like appendages which are present all over the surface of the bacterial cell. Now, what do these pili do? They are basically meant for attachment. So, as I already mentioned, that when these bacteria, now suppose when the bacteria want to infect a human being, then these pili are the structures present on the bacterial cell wall that will help the bacteria to get attached, through which they get themselves attached to the mucus lining of the human being. Sorry, they firmly attach themselves using this pili. And one more use of this pili is, these are the appendages by which the genetic transfer takes place from one cell to the another cell. So, coming to the structure, this is the basic structure of the bacteria. So, you can see clearly now, you will come to a clear understanding how exactly the bacteria looks like. Now, the outermost layer, you can see the capsule is being clearly mentioned. Within the capsule is present cell wall, within the cell wall is present plasma membrane, and within the plasma membrane or the living matter or the fluid like substance, gelatinous substance, uh, which is given in blue color, that is cytoplasm. And cytoplasm is consisting of ribosomes, plasmid, nucleoid, that is DNA. Plasmid is the extra genetic material which is present only in few bacteria. And pili, the appendages, you can see the spike like projections which are present on the all over the surface of the bacterial cell wall, and the hair like long appendage or the filament like appendage that is protruding from the one end of the bacteria, that is called as the bacterial flagellum, which is the locomotory organ of the bacteria, which helps the bacteria to move from one place to the another. So all the structure, all the parts of the bacteria, the structure of the bacteria can be clearly understood if you look at the image very carefully. And I hope the topic is very simple and clear. Thank you for watching.